time.
Good afternoon, everybody. This is April Ross broadcasting live from the Beehive, and the Beehive has snagged Corey and Carmen. How are you all?
Pretty good.
Oh, I can see y'all that. I mean, y'all, I'm going to post Carmen pictures a little bit later on because y'all, they just so fly. But yesterday is when I met you all through West Charlotte Day. Am I right?
West Charlotte,
Yeah.
Okay, first of all, tell everybody who you guys are.
Well, we Carmen and Corey. YouTubers. We out of Alabama, but she from Montgomery, originally from Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
And I'm originally from Bullitt County, Alabama. Was born in Montgomery, Alabama.
Really?
Yeah, and you know, we some YouTube stars now.
That's right, that's what y'all are.
Yeah.
That's right. I went to Alabama State, by the way.
Oh, okay.
That's right, graduated from the state. I know you know about that state, right?
Yeah, I know about
That's right. You don't need it no more. So how did y'all get started?
I met her in 2016 on Instagram and that. And you know,
Oh, you pulled in from Instagram?
yeah,
I heard that.
Yeah,
I heard that. You reeled on in.
yeah, I had that on there.
Uh-huh.
What happened was we got together. We was together. We made the YouTube channel in November.
6 days after.
Like 6 days after we got together.
6 days?
After we got together.
Really?
Yeah, cause it was like we was together and everything. And I was like, I want to do this YouTube because she didn't know nothing about it, and I knew about it. And I was like, you know, whoever I get with, I wanted this the career I want to go down.
Mm-hmm.
We made the channel, but we really wasn't posting anything on it because I was still in school. She was working. We couldn't even see each other for real.
Mm-hmm.
And like when I graduated high school, May of the next year, 2017, she helped me get a job at the Hyundai plant.
Okay.
And we were working there I was working there for 6 months. She was already working.
She had you get some paper up, get your weight up.
Yeah.
I heard that.
You know, I had moved out my mama's house and moved to Montgomery with her because she moved to her mama's house and like she was staying at this little small 1-bedroom rent out somebody else's house. And I decided to go with her because I loved her, so I didn't want to see her go through it by herself. So I just left my mama's house. I would drive her from Montgomery to my hometown, like 35 minutes away, every morning to school.
Are you serious?
Yeah, and she was going to work every morning at 6 o'clock. So
You said I can't let her go.
nah,
Not as beautiful as she is.
Nah, but I actually moved out in January, right?
I think, yeah.
It was January and I moved out,
Yeah.
and then we was there from January to like August. Because when I graduated in May, that's when I decided to get the job with her, and then I was there for 6 months. I said I can't do it no more.
You can't do the
No.
job?
That was my first job I ever had clocking in. I worked
Really?
I worked my dad my whole life.
Okay.
Paint cars and stuff. So
Okay.
like, I've been around my family my whole life. And
Mm-hmm.
12 hours a day for like $8 an hour. No, I was like 6 or 7 an hour.
Yeah.
It was like slavery to me. And then they used to slave her. Like I used to hate it.
You
Because like
did?
she was the only one that knew English and Spanish. Because in our part, it was like there were like people that speak Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
So they used to like use her a lot, and I used to sit there and see it. She couldn't notice it. They used to try to bribe them like, "Oh yeah, you the team captain."
Yeah, all that. Yeah,
But
blowing her
blowing
hair.
and she doing
Right.
the work that men was to be doing.
Okay,
Come
and
home.
then she wasn't getting paid for that bilingual.
She would get paid, but not. I don't think it was worth it.
It wasn't worth it.
Nah,
Of
she
course,
was-
not comparable to what a man would
Exactly.
get. Am I right?
Exactly.
All right.
And she used to come home, her feet used to be sore, like she'd be sore. Like I got to school, back and her and everything. But when I came there, that when I was like, you know, it's time for her to do something else. So I remember like yesterday, it was in October, and we had went to work, and like 3 people didn't come to work that day, I guess, and they had me working like 2 other jobs, and like it was just like on me, like had me doing this, and like I had got tired, and I told me, and it was a lecture hour. We went outside, sat down, and said, "Babe, we gotta quit." And she was scared. She was like, "I don't know." I said, "No, we gotta quit. Like I want to walk off the job." There, like, I was like, "Look, we can quit. We can start YouTube. Just grind hard. We gonna make it."
Let me ask you. Let me interject. What did you say when he said we didn't quit?
Well, it was actually like more of like, are you serious or are you just playing right now? So I was kind of scared. I even told him, I was like, I told him, I said, if you want to quit, you go ahead and do it, but I'm not going to quit. Because I knew that at the moment, that's the only thing I had. So it was more of like, do I want to risk it for quit?
That?
Yeah.
Do you want to risk your money, your pay? You know that coming every when it come on.
I knew that was for sure. Every 2 weeks.
Every 2 weeks,
paycheck.
the paycheck coming in.
Exactly.
Right. So then he signed, but then what happened, Mr. Corey?
So it was funny because when I told her we would quit, she was scared. She was like, no, like she was like, can we just finish today and not come tomorrow, I was like, no, we're gonna quit today because like they needed us. Like, they really needed us, like because there was all like 3 workers in the Hyundai plant. If that line stopped, it's a big problem.
It's a problem.
It's a big problem. So she was scared. I knew it, but I knew in my heart, like, man, I know for a fact I'm gonna be successful and I'm gonna bring her right along with me. So
wow. You knew it then?
I knew it since I was young. I always said I would be rich and famous. Always. And
you giving me cold chills. I ain't lying. Yeah. I really got chills when you said that. I knew it.
Yeah, I tell everybody.
And you wouldn't even let y'all go back to finish the job?
No. I told her we were leaving. So we went back in after the lunch break. I went to the back because we worked at the same job, and we had the same hours, so we go to work and the same time. So I went back to the back where I was, and they had brought like 2 more pallets of parts, and I'm looking.
You saw the pallets,
and it just blew me. It blew me. So I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna do this. So I walked to the front where she was, and like it was like stand, like you could look over behind where she was working. And I told her, I said, hey, look, we finna quit. You ready? She's still working. She stuttering, scared. I don't know what to say. So I went and told the supervisor, I was like, we finna quit. And he ain't speak English either. Well, he speak English, but not that much. He was Korean. And he called the boss down. And then when the boss came, he was like, no, you're not quitting. I was like, no, we are really quitting. I'm sorry. So, and I told Carmen to come out. And he got in my face and told me that she not going nowhere. She gonna stay.
He said she ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, he really got in my face and told me she wasn't going. I said, that's my girl. You're not gonna tell me what I can tell her. And I told her to come on. So she was behind me. She was scared. And then he got in my face, told me he was gonna call the police, get me out the property and stuff.
Call the police?
Yeah.
Well, you wanted to quit?
Yeah, exactly.
What were you doing? You were like please don't put me in
like
it.
The whole time, she was just scared. The whole time. Yeah, and I grabbed her, and we walked out, and everybody had stopped. They was just watching, cause like everybody watching what was going on, and we walked out, and we walked out. We were like, we couldn't believe it. We were shocked, like we really quit, not knowing where our next paycheck gonna come from. But I told her like we gonna do the YouTube, and from that day forward, we picked up our iPhone, and we started doing YouTube, and we had got like 100. We was already 100,000 subscribers while we was at that job.
When you was at the job, y'all were already building. Because you were just telling me off the air, you were saying how you started like just posting a little bit.
We posting a little because we couldn't really do too much at first.
Right, at first.
And then it was. I'm gonna tell you the funny part about the story that people don't really know that we was in Montgomery.
Is this an exclusive?
Yeah.
DVD exclusive. Go ahead.
We was in Montgomery. Nobody knew where we lived at because we was ashamed to let anybody see the condition we were living in from where we came from.
Wow.
Because I came from living in a nice home with my mom. She came from living in a nice home with her family. And when she moved out, because she had got into her mom, her and her brother moved out, I moved out too. And so we both went to this trailer. In the Mexican trailer park, it was like I told you, like it had rats in the house, like it was like we used to walk in the house and we used to see like all types of stuff in the kitchen.
Are you serious?
Yeah, we used to be locked in that one room. The room was about like, I promise you, the room was
not this big,
square. Not this big, just a small, from that thing, just a small square. That's how big the room was. We were locked in the room, no cable, just an air condition and a DVD player and some snacks. And we was just sitting there, all the time.
And what did you think? I mean, your man has got you in the rat thing.
Well, I mean, when I moved out.
I mean, honest, when she pulled up, cause she like, can you help me move? So I helped her move, and we went to her brother's house first, cause they were right around the corner. They had moved out too. It was like in a nice trailer. I was like, dang, they nice. I don't think we can have a nice one too. You know what I'm saying? So when she pulled up, when we pulled up to her, I'm looking. I'm like, we hit the wrong location, right?
Are you pranking me?
Yeah. So I'm looking at it. I'm like, I ain't saying it because I didn't want her to feel ashamed. She ain't had no choice. She did the best she could.
She was doing the best she could.
So this was going on in my head. I'm like, this can't be real, But then as we walked in, I'm looking like, like hope for the best. You know what I'm saying?
Hope for the best. We in this one room. Let's get
well,
it.
Actually, I wasn't even moved in with her.
Really?
I
kept asking.
What happened was when I helped her move in, I saw her face. She was ashamed. It was all of her face. She didn't want to send it, but I read it. And she asked me could I spend the night with her the first night because it was her first night away from home. And I said, yeah. And because it was on a Sunday. And then she asked me could I spend it again, which was that Monday. And I had to go to school. So I was like, yeah, that's fine. I went home, got clothes, and I drove to school. And it's like I eventually just slowly just moved in. I just moved in. And then my mom got mad at me. So we ain't had no money for real. I used to, because I had stopped working with my dad. We had to pull out in October.
In October?
We fell out in October. Me and my dad, we fell out like months. We was
Not speaking to dad.
Nah, I'm talking about we haven't spoke. I used to see him, I wouldn't even speak to him.
Really?
Yeah, because so we ain't had no money, so I used to always like sneak home after school. My mom was at work and get food at the house and go back to Montgomery.
Are you serious?
Yeah, and bring it to us when she like. And I used to wait till she got out of work. I got at school at 3:30. She got out of work at 6. So I used to sneak the food from my mom's house. Go home, wait till she get there. I ain't even used to go in the house. I used to just sit in the car.
Really?
Yeah, because I really wasn't supposed to be standing there at first. It was just her paying the rent.
Right.
And we had to double it. Like, we was paying, how much we was paying?
It was paying $450.
Like $450 just in 1 bedroom a month.
Really?
Yeah, so you know.
So did y'all start the YouTube channel in that trailer?
Yes.
Y'all started it there.
Our first video was this prank she did. It was a period prank. And it was in that room, and we still got on our channel to the day. You can see that room, it's a small green room.
So when y'all got, how many? Do y'all remember when y'all got y'all the first views? How many views were that?
I think the video kind of shocked us because it was doing like good.
Yeah, it was like 50,000, 60,000.
The first one?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
But to
that's
us,
amazing.
it went to us when it
went in. It didn't.
Because we knew, like, as us looking at bigger YouTubers.
Then y'all knew that.
We knew like, okay, this ain't nothing.
Yeah.
Like, we was proud of what we were doing.
You were proud, but you were like, we know what we gotta do.
Exactly.
Okay.
And so as we was growing up, you know, I was working with your mom. Yeah, we had moved in with her mom in August. We moved back to her mom's house.
Moved back to mom. So y'all
nice.
got it together.
We had to talk it out.
Okay, worked it out. Moved in with mama.
And we was way.
You like, yes.
Because before we moved in, we actually used to go over there
to make videos.
Oh,
really?
Like, we wasn't comfortable at all.
And doing it at the home.
Nah. So we actually moved in, and that's when we was working there for a while. And then when we started progressing,
and then it just started to snowball.
Yeah, and then we quit our job. We quit the job in October.
Okay.
And then from there we left and we came to Atlanta. We went to Atlanta. And it's another crazy part about it.
Tell about another BTB exclusive. Go ahead.
we moved to Atlanta.
And
nobody knew where we were staying.
Okay.
I got a brother in Atlanta. His name is CJ. Also, he in college. We was legit living in his dorm room at the college. Nobody didn't know, even in school, because we weren't supposed to be doing that.
Right.
Yeah, we was actually in his dorm room. He let us stay there for like
it was
2 months, like from November, 3 months, November, December, January. We was in that dorm room.
Staying in the dorm.
Yes.
We spent Christmas there, New
we
Year's.
like Christmas Day, we was actually.
So why did y'all move to Atlanta though?
We just tried to get out of
Y'all were thinking that Atlanta y'all could make it a little bit better.
Yeah. Because we were around another more successful people at the time.
Right.
Yeah, so we was like in that one room, you know, we used to go to our friend's house every day and we'd just go back to the thing. I'm talking about, it was crazy because we used to sit, my friends being in class, we used to sit in the room, we would go get some food, we would just sit in the room, play the game, you know, and just watch movies.
Were y'all getting paid at that point from YouTube or no? So y'all still had the views coming in.
Yeah, but we weren't getting paid.
Wasn't getting paid.
Because we didn't know nothing about it. Like,
Y'all didn't even know.
I didn't even know that I had to set up all that.
Really?
So I learned how to do it on my own.
Yeah, how did it click with you? What clicked with you? And at what point were you getting like over hundreds of thousands of viewers?
So
views.
What happened? Okay, so at this moment in Atlanta, we was doing our video. We had like 100,000 subscribers. 100,000 followers. We had up to like close to 200,000 subscribers at the time. Yeah, because I was still. And the thing is, like, I was famous on Facebook, right? But from Facebook, you would have thought I was living my best life.
From Facebook, you were living the fake book.
I ain't gonna lie.
You were living the fake book.
I ain't gonna lie, like, yeah, like.
They were like, woo.
Yeah, I used to always take pictures, you know, we used to always dress up and everything. But we did the best we could, though.
Yeah, that's right. That's okay.
That's what I tell people, like, you never know what a person going through
behind
the screen.
That's right. When they shut that live off, you don't know what they going through.
We was actually, you know what I'm saying, we was actually scraping every penny, every dollar we could at the moment, you know. But I knew I had to keep this image for the social media if I want to blow up.
What made you keep believing in him though? I mean, you bought into what he was saying. We're gonna be rich one day.
At first, I didn't take it serious because I was like, "That's
you don't quit your Honda. You get no $8 an hour.
Exactly.
You done made you quit them $8."
Exactly.
But go ahead.
So it was more of like, when we first started, he started telling me more about like other couple and stuff. So I started watching more.
Okay.
But it was hard for me to believe like they getting paid for these videos and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
So when we actually, you know, like made it and stuff, it was more of like I don't have no other choice but to go with it now.
We'll go with
I don't
it.
have a job, so now I have to put all my into this. And what made me stick up with him was more like he really was showing me like you know, this is what I want. If you follow me, I promise you we're gonna get there. If you follow me, I promise you we're gonna make it. I promise you I'm not gonna let you down. This and that. So it was more of like, let's try it. Let's see. You know, it won't hurt to give it a try.
You already cussed out the Korean man out there.
So I knew I couldn't go back there.
Right.
So I'm like, let me just stick by his side and just see what it goes from here.
So we had met one of our close friends. We met them. Well, they had asked their subscribers to tell us to link up with them at Atlanta Mall, and we had met up. So all of us had met up, you know, and then we had went down to Miami like on a trip all together, just friends. And then we were like, let's go to Houston next, cause we had already did our first meet and greet in Houston, Dallas, and the second one in Houston.
Okay.
Cause like we had met a manager out of Dallas.
Okay.
And so we had said, man, let's go to Dallas this time. So we went to Houston, and then. We liked it, so all of us decided to just move down there. Like, we decided to just move in one house.
But
like,
you skipped the part where we actually had an apartment in Atlanta.
Y'all got an apartment.
It was crazy because like, so we was actually finna get an apartment in Atlanta.
Okay.
And I told my friend, like, man, we gotta go, you know, to get our own place now. And we were looking, we found one. And we got it, you know, I had put the deposit down. And then when we took the trip to Houston.
Okay.
So I got the apartment already.
Got the apartment.
Just gotta go there and just get everything situated. So they were all of us talking like we gotta move to Texas, and so we were like, man, we didn't know what to do because we got an apartment here. Like,
right.
So we was okay. Well, then we gotta go home because we had to come home for my sister's birthday party. She wanted me to be there. I didn't want to miss it.
Right.
And heading back to Alabama, we had an accident. Right outside of Montgomery, like an hour, we had a bad accident and totaled the car. We was fine. And so we was like, damn, out of a car. Luckily I had 2 cars at the time. Cause I had just bought one because my granddad kept threatening me he would take my car from me.
Look at this time.
And I was like, man, I got time for these. I got to get my own car.
Right.
So
they try to pull them chains on you.
Yeah,
No, I got this.
So, and the one I told her was the one he had bought.
Go on.
And but believe it or not, man, I paid it off. I told him that it wasn't his fault because I knew he would be hot with me. And I promised, I was like, man, you just believe in me because we wasn't big at the time. Okay. We had no money. And
so you just saying again, just believe in me.
Yeah. And
Granddaddy said what?
I'm gonna be honest. I low-key didn't think that he didn't believe it first. He was like, he go see. You know, he didn't think that I would.
He just said, I'ma see.
Yeah, and cause like I told you, I knew for a fact that I was gonna make it.
You knew it.
I remember before we quit our job, I asked my granddad. I said, he had put $20,000 in his. He had gave me $20,000, but it's in my account that I can't touch. So I still haven't touched that to this day. And I asked. I said, can you give me that money, and I'm gonna quit my job, and we gonna start YouTube, and I promise you that when we make it back, I'll pay you back. He wasn't going for that.
He said no.
Nah, he wasn't going for that. So
he really said no.
Yeah, he really said no. And the way it was, he thought on it like it because he gave me days and he was like he would think about it, but he didn't know about no YouTube. So like, he thought on it and he was like he just scared to give me that much money and I just blow it. And I was like, okay, it's all good. I accepted it. You know, I really thought I was gonna get it. I was excited. Yeah, I was excited. I told her like we can get $20,000.
We're gonna be good. We're gonna be straight.
We would build it. And he told me the bad news. I was like,
dang.
Okay.
I gotta tell Carmen.
So what happened when we came back and we told the people like, you know what, we're gonna do it. We're gonna move to Houston. We told the lady we didn't want the apartment no more. They had to keep the deposit. I had a Nissan Altima. We legit packed up everything we had in that car. On top, it was packed down to down.
Everything.
And we just left.
Went to Houston.
Packed up everything. We just left with no doubt. We just left, not knowing where we getting into I-72.
My goodness.
And when we got in the house with everybody, from that it was February, March. February, because that was our first check. Our first big check was in March. Our first check was on YouTube like $200.
$200.
And then our second check, our second check was like $2,000, and we was excited because we was like,
hey, $2,000.
$2,000.
Yeah. What did y'all do, Carmen? What you say?
What did
y'all?
And we quit. It was crazy because what I told her, I said I had a theory. I said, okay, we made $2,000. It was October. I said we made $2,000. Okay, I said together at Hyundai we was making like a little bit less than that together. Like if you buying both our checks together, I said so if we keep doing good, I know we can be alright because we making more than we making Hyundai. So like we don't have to get them and clock in on 6 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? Clock in, we can just do this. We making the same thing. When we moved, went to Houston. We just grind that whole month of February. Our manager said to give her 30 days with us and we gonna be successful. And our next check in March was $30,000. And then when we
somebody hit me.
Yeah.
What did you say? From $2,000.
We went from $2,000.
We went to 200, 2,000,
and then 30,000.
When y'all started at 30,000, what? I mean,
it was like first was so excited that we moved to Houston. We was like, I think we made the best decision.
Yeah,
it was
okay.
It was just something like, you know, when I seen it, I was like, I felt proud of myself because I always knew I was like, man, I knew
Do you look back and say it was more than the 20 that you were asking for, that you were about to settle for?
You know what's so funny?
Wow.
My granddad was the one who gave me my side my whole life. You know what I'm saying? Who really raised me, you know, taught me, and he gave me everything I wanted. You know, whenever I wanted my granddad, I always made sure I got it. You know, he only told me no like 2 times my whole life.
And then with that 20,000.
And you know what the other one was?
What was it?
I went to he drive trucks, and we went to a truck stop, and I used to love little cars. I love cars.
Okay.
And they had cars, and I asked, "Can you give me one?" And he told me no. I couldn't believe he was about me bicycles, $600 phone, $30 car. He wouldn't buy it for me. I never understood it.
Really?
And he always told me, he told me no because he wanted me to. He always wanted me to be able to go and get some of my own and not be afraid when somebody tell me no or something like that. You know.
Wow.
Yeah. He bought me one when I was like 19. I'm like, I don't need this now.
I don't need it. But he had a message behind it.
Exactly. He had a message behind it. So so to this day, I just gave him 40,000 not too long ago. But I be trying my best to give him much because I feel like I owe him. You know, I just feel like I owe him.
Really?
Yeah, like he could.
Really?
If it weren't for him, I promise you I wouldn't be here. He the reason why I had the mindset I had.
Really? He gave you that mindset.
Yeah.
So Carmen, now looking back, you want to go back to Hyundai?
No. I don't see myself going back.
Every time we come home, go back, we pass by. We always look over. We always just look over there.
Say thank God.
And we come
Lord
from.
have mercy. Look where I came from. And you just turned 21.
Yeah, I just turned 21 on May 31st.
And you're 20.
Yes, I'm sorry.
About to turn 21.
Yes.
But you said you knew all along, I'm going to make it. I'm going to be famous and I'm going to be rich.
Yeah, I told my mom, I told all my friends.
What do mama say now? What is mama saying?
Right now, my mom in Vegas.
She just got married.
She just got married.
Saturday, yeah, but
okay.
I made her quit her job.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I give her money. I give her more than what her job give her money. Told her just enjoy her life. Paid for her trip to go to Vegas. Paid for her to have her wedding.
Actually, when he turned 21, he bought his mama a car for his birthday.
Yeah, because it was my birthday, and I wanted to get this charger, and something happened. They wouldn't give it to me that day, and I was at home. I ain't gonna lie, I was at home sad. I was home sad on my birthday, and I bought my mama a car on my birthday. I told her, I was like, you go buy you a car. Yeah, but I was in Texas, so she didn't know I was at home in the bed, really sad. And we had a baby shower a couple of days in Alabama, so we came to Alabama. And I went there by my tell everybody, she know me, like if I tell me to get something, I'm gonna get it. I don't care what nobody say. I was upset, but I was mad. And I told her, I said, I want that car, that charger for my birthday.
You knew he was going to get it, didn't you?
I knew it, but it was more like.
Let me tell you the funny part about it.
Okay.
When I'm about to do something, I always I let it be known sometimes. Like if it's something like small, I let it be known. I be like, you know, it would make me feel good. I let people know that I'm gonna do this. I have a more behind what I do.
Okay.
I tell people what I'm gonna do, and I do it because I want people to be there. They can do the same thing. You know what I'm saying?
Oh wow.
Put your mind to it.
Put your mind to it.
So she told me, she's like, don't tell nobody you'll get the car because like something might happen. So I didn't tell nobody. Nobody knew I was going to get it. I couldn't get it. So I went to the dealership that day. I took a picture of the car. I posted on Instagram. It's still on there. I said the car will be mine. Watch and see. 2 days later, after her baby shower, went to Houston, Texas. I had it, and we had just hit 1 million subscribers.
1 million.
Yeah, we had just hit 1 million subscribers. I got the car and hit 1 million subscribers. So it's like two things in one day. Like
where he said, I'm gonna tell everything from now on.
It's like I think his mindset is more of like if I let people know like that I'm gonna get it, he's like more of like now I have to get it.
I gotta get it.
I gotta do it.
That's how I move.
And if you feel like that he haven't told nobody, then he really don't feel like he have to get it. So he's not patient.
He's not patient.
So if he sees something that he wanted, he got to have it. And next thing you know, he gonna have it.
He gonna have it. So how has this journey been for you though, Carmen?
This is pretty interesting.
I mean, you're just 20 years
I can say
old.
that.
It's been interesting. The ride has been worth it.
Yes, like when we first started, you know, you never really picture what can you go through. So as you know, us living together and all the stuff. Then I found out I was pregnant on February.
Okay.
So now it was like we finna build a family.
A family.
So then it's like we've been through some downs, you know, ups and downs.
Yeah, breakups.
We've been through a
females.
Well, what make y'all stay together? Let's see, where they want to know where you from. I'm sorry, y'all, I haven't taken any questions, but they've been having great conversations. Where y'all originally from?
I'm from Puerto Rico.
I'm from Alabama.
From Alabama.
Willard County, Union Spring, Alabama.
That's right. From they said from Texas. So
we live in Texas.
Y'all still live in Texas.
Yeah.
So, but y'all are going to be here for a little while in Alabama.
Yeah,
they came through West Charlotte. For those of you who are just tuning in, how I got with them yesterday is they were coming through West Charlotte on West Charlotte Day. Yesterday, the kids, I'm trying to get me a chicken wrap, and the kids were just Panama. It was just, I'm like, where are these kids going? I mean, they were literally kept saying, and one of my daughter's friends was like, that's Corey and Carmen. And I'm like, oh. I parted through the blinds. Excuse me. And he was so nice, y'all. Let me tell you. I said yesterday, I need to get an interview with you, and I told him who I was, and he said, are you on Instagram? You on Facebook? I said, I'm on Facebook. And he said, okay, I'm going to look you up. And I'm like, look at all these people. How you going to look me up? You know, but so the night ended. And I said, don't worry, I didn't get no interview with that young man. But God, because today he just said, hey, I pulled over. I said, oh my goodness, this is him. This is Corey Pritchard, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And he a man of his word. And he said, and it was funny because we were trying to get it done in Alabama.
Yeah.
You were like, I'm going to be in this county, I'm going to be in Montgomery. And I was like, hey, I went to Alabama State, I can come to Montgomery. And we went back and forth for a minute. Then he said, a few minutes later, he was like, God, I got to go to Atlanta.
Yeah.
I would stop on in West Point if you have time. And he said, well, I don't want you to put it out till I know I'm going to have time because, you know, traffic and stuff like that.
Yeah, they ain't want to.
And then a few minutes ago, I'm sitting at home cooking my cabbages. And he texted and said, we just left Atlanta. I'm like, oh my God, he is coming. You're a man of your word.
And one thing about me, I tell everybody, one thing about me, if I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do something.
You did it. You sure did. And I'm like.
Yeah, that way it was funny because this man, he the same way he just teased me like, man, he was like, I really appreciate your being. I'm glad I met you because like, I talked to this man in April. About some wheels, you know, he got a business in there.
Okay.
I'm always in Houston and I told him, I said, I want these wheels. I guess he thought I was like wood cracking. I sent him $1,500 to down deposit, something serious. And he was like, okay. And he texted me, and we been talking, because I had him back up. And I came in another day and got him, he was shocked. He was like, I didn't believe you. He was like,
he said, I didn't believe you.
Yeah, he was like, he was shocked. I told him, I said, one thing about me, man, you know what I'm saying? One thing, I tell everybody I'm a man of my word, you know, if it don't happen, if I don't do it right then and there, I'm going to make sure I get it done.
And you say you got this from your grandfather?
Yeah, my grandfather always told me just be a man of your word and always pay your bills on time and keep God first. You can't never go wrong.
Oh, wow. Wow, keep God first.
Yep.
Pay your bills on time. Well, what happened when you weren't paying the bills on time? What you doing?
I never had that problem. He always, my
grandfather. He was always kind of
he always, he just made sure he paid me in the right way.
He did.
And he just made. He taught me a lot. Like
he did.
Yeah, I have a 30-year-old, 40-year-old mindset. I'm not. Yeah, I'm not on the average 20-year-old.
I can tell. I mean, I can tell. So you have built an empire between the two of you. Yeah. What is next for Corey and Carmen? What's next?
Well, we've been through a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like people seem to go through so much. You know. And people manage to like try to judge us, but they never know what we go through.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Outline.
Because they don't realize that
we are regular. Yeah, it's crazy. People really think we robots. Like they think that we don't go through nothing normal people go through. Like you know, relationship problems, anything, fights, arguments and stuff. So like last year was like a roller coaster for us, you know.
Okay.
And people just think they look at like, oh, he cheating on her, and they're like, nah, we was actually going through stuff. I'm a guy, we broke up. I was like, forget this, I'm gonna go. Like it was really a moment where we was like, okay, this is it. Forget the YouTube stuff.
Because when I Googled you all, and that's what it was talking about.
Yeah, like
Don't you hate that?
Yeah.
That's the bad side of it about it, right?
Yeah, it's like sometimes we try to keep it private with us, but it's more like I think that's one of the reasons why a lot of people love us because we keep it like real.
I keep it.
Okay. Like if we go through it, we're gonna let y'all know. Like we may be these YouTube couple, but we go through stuff. Like you know, like anybody. You know, sometimes other YouTubers may not put their problems out there, so that's why people kind of look at them and have, oh, they're so perfect. Oh my God, this and that. But it's more of like everybody got a problem.
Yeah, it's like I don't down them, but I always say that like just because y'all looking at this YouTube couple, y'all think that they never go through nothing because y'all never seen them in no drama. Like they go through stuff. You might not know, but they go through stuff. But see, I always had this theory. I say I would never do that because like now you look like a perfect couple. That's what the real want to see, but it's not true. So it's like true. I'm not finna be out here, you know what I'm saying, and false acting like me and this girl is so perfect and have these kids growing up saying they want a perfect relationship and then they can't never find that perfect relationship because they don't want perfect and they were like, oh, I can't find a relationship because I want one like Carmen and Corey, they perfect. So I let them know, like we let them know like we really go through stuff, we break up, you know what I'm saying, things happen, but it's just like what happened next? We work through it.
Work through it.
If we want to be a couple, we really love each other, we work through it. If it wasn't not to be, if it's not meant to be, it's not gonna be. But if we meant to be, we gonna go through stuff, but we gonna get back on the right path and we'll work out. So
I think you got a 40-year-old mindset.
Man, sometimes it gets out of hand.
It gets out of hand a little bit.
I try to
she just can't
adjust to it.
What you say?
Yeah, it's like sometimes it's like. Sometimes he forgets, like, you're nothing but 21.
No,
like,
you have to say,
yeah.
don't you like calm down?
Yeah, and sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, like, the man he is good, and the mindset he had is good, but sometimes he forgets that he's 21. So he's like treating himself like he's 30 years old. So that's how I'm like, you nothing but 21. Calm down.
Calm down a little bit. That's what you have to tell him. You have to remind them it's okay.
But sometimes he even said it though. Sometimes like he had to go through stuff himself for him to learn his own.
Right.
So I think that's kind of what
life experience is the best teacher.
It is.
So I tell people like I'm gonna make mistakes. I'm not perfect. I'm not trying to be perfect. I'm gonna live life and make my mistakes, whatever, learn from and keep going. You know what I'm saying? Become better and better over time. And we really just became like our relationship just got better and more fun. Yeah. So
I think after last year it was kind of more of like we had to really pay attention to what we have. Like, you know.
Wow, say that.
Yes.
You have to pay attention to what you really have.
Yes, because last year while I was pregnant, that's when everything was just going on. And it was more like, this is my first pregnancy. I'm stressed. We're going through this. So it was bad. So, yes, we broke up. You know, we had a little issues with females, you know, stuff like that. But when we got back together, it was more of like, are you going to do this again? Or are you ready to settle down? You ready to, because we are actually married. We got married on March 7th, 2017. So it was more of like we went through this for a reason, you know. And when we got back together, I kind of saw him that he kind of matured more.
You could
and
see
then he kind of realized, like he kind of realized more. And I even sometimes even tell him like, you know, if you don't want to do it for me, do it for your kids, because you got 2 boys.
Okay.
They don't look up to you. I'm pretty sure you don't want your boys to grow up and look at you as my daddy was this and my daddy was that. Like, you have to set an example for your boys and for all these little kids that be watching. He has a lot of little boys watching him.
Yes, you do. And what do you think about that? Do you feel like, you know how some people say, well, I ain't trying to be their mentor. What do you think about that?
I try my best to lead in the right path. Because I be looking at it real like, I tell my grandfather, like, man, like, I can't change the world, but if I could, I would. You know, I be trying my best to speak for. There's a lot of kids that get on drugs. My grandfather he always tell me, he just told me this the other day, he said, he proud of me that I got the money, the car, and he said, that's all nice. But that's not what he proud of me. The main thing he proud of me about that I didn't abuse drugs.
Wow.
And so,
that you did not abuse drugs.
Yeah, and so I try my best to, you know, like, try to motivate kids, like, okay, look, you can do this, you can be this. Like, get a nice house, like don't you know what I'm saying, stop the streets, like don't stay out of trouble, don't try to do no drugs, you don't need to be no gang, you know what I'm saying, you don't need to do all that. I try my best like to show them that you could be a man and a gangster without gang banging or doing drugs and all that.
About handling your business.
That's why I tell people a real gangster handle their business. You know what I'm saying? Pay your bills, take care of your kids, and do right. You know what I'm saying? That's a real man. So I try my best to show these little boys, man. Like, look, if you just do right, you can live like this. You know, they like the way I live, like the car, the money, you know, the house, and doing this. You can do the same thing, you know.
I'm moving back with them, y'all. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to leave y'all, JK.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. It's like I look at it like that, you know. I try my best. Like, I'm very motivated. I want to be.
I see you've really motivated me. I mean, do you go around and motivate? I mean,
not yet. We actually in the process of trying to get all that set up.
Really?
Yeah, like go to schools and stuff.
I don't think you even need us. Oh, you're talking about go to the schools.
Like, you go to the schools, yeah.
And talk to students and stuff like that.
Yeah, Morehouse College in Atlanta.
Right.
They had actually emailed me.
Really?
I never took the offer. I don't know why.
Morehouse?
Yeah.
And you
I didn't know who it was.
You didn't even know? You didn't know Morehouse College?
I think I still got that in my email.
Really?
Yeah, so I'm talking to my manager. Like, we trying to get a lot of stuff.
Trying to get a lot of stuff done. Okay,
yeah.
It's good. She got that good.
It'll fall.
That's right.
Yeah.
So what do you want to tell before y'all? They got to get back on the road, and I don't want to keep them here. First of all, I thank y'all. For real, because y'all don't even know who I am. I mean, seriously. You know, I stopped you yesterday in the traffic. I did give a chicken wrap. I stopped y'all yesterday. You took the time to find out who I was and inbox me. I appreciate that because you didn't have to do that. Yeah. You could have just said, all right, I'm working all this. I ain't got time for that. But you did.
Yeah, I mean, I try my best to support black business. Anybody black trying to be successful, I try. Because they don't understand it's hard for us. Like, you don't understand.
What you say.
It look easy, but it's hard.
And because, for me, when I'm out here doing it, like I said, I'm the local news reporter. And for me, I don't know if y'all get it, but boy, they be like bashing you and stuff. What do y'all do? A lot, don't they? When you just really trying to do your craft, that's all I'm doing. I'm just doing my God-given talent, but then they just come at you. How do y'all handle that? I ignore them, but
one thing about me, I always, when I got famous on Facebook, I experienced so much hate from Montgomery.
Really? From where you were at?
Where I was at. Well, I wasn't even in Montgomery. I always in Montgomery, but I didn't go to school there.
Right, I know
but
what
I was
you're
known, yeah, but I'm known here.
Right.
I didn't even know nobody else for anyway. That's the crazy part. But I started on Facebook. I used to do this little comedy thing where I used to have this other character. Cause like one day I was to my cousin's house, I put on a wig. I was just being friend in the house, and she's like, "Your new name Corey." So I was like, okay. They would laugh. I said, "It's funny." So I had made this new character called Corey. I just put a wig on, go and put my mama clothes on, get on Facebook and just act funny. Just do just funny stuff. So people try to call me gay. They were like I'm a cis and this. They used to bash me. So they also used to bash me because every time you turn around, they say I had a new girlfriend.
Okay. And
they used to be like, oh, he a hoe, he go cheat on this girl, he go break her with her. Like they used to just always bash me. And then like as I was coming up, I was like, okay. I caught on to the algorithm of social media. That's how I know social media so well. I said, okay, if you do something good, it ain't gonna do nothing for real.
Oh.
But if you be yourself and keep going and doing whatever make you happy, but they hate on you, I'm elevated. I kept gaining followers every time I went viral because they was hating. Like they was talking bad about me.
So then other people were like, well, who are they talking about?
Exactly.
Who are they talking about?
Who is this person talking about? Like you might hate me, but you just introduced me to this person. Now they like me.
They were advertising.
About free advertising, all it is. So
I love it.
So
keep on advertising.
Yeah, exactly. So as the hate kept going, I'm very nonchalant.
Okay.
Can't nothing you say, can't nothing you do bother me at all. Like it don't bother me. Like I get on the internet sometimes entertaining because they don't understand it's fun for me and it just brings more people to me. So, but I tell you, it ain't nothing you can say or do that bother me. Nothing at all. I don't get intimidated by nothing. People like they gonna kill me. I had many death threats. I always say when it's my time, it's my time. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not finna let that bother me. You know what I'm saying? I had people talking to me all the time, all day, and it don't bother me. And I guess that's why people really like me because like I laugh at them.
You laugh at them.
I gotta tell them I'm living in a $500,000 house. I accomplished my goals and like still going up in life. And you think that you just said this about me will stop me? So it's like I used to always get on her because she used to like get offended by all the hate.
What you weighed heavy on your heart?
Yeah, I think everything really started when me and him got together. That's when all the hate came to me. And then it was more of like
they were handing on your flat stomach and your behind.
They was like they put me on the list as that's another girl you're gonna cheat on, la da da da.
Okay.
So when we actually they seen that we still together, people really just started talking and bashing me. And when we was going through stuff, it was like more bash, like people calling me out of my name stuff. So sometimes I used to like sit here on my phone like, it is true. And I used to like we used to argue over comments. So he the one that like really had to get on me like, Carmen, you have to ignore it. Like don't reply. They want to see your attention. They want to see that they got what they wanted. So slowly I learned, I'm like, if I do something good, they're still gonna say something bad about it. If I do something bad, I'm still getting
judged.
So I'm like, hey, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
I'm living my life.
I'm living your best life.
My best life.
At 20 years old. Okay.
Like, I don't want to speak on it, but I mean, I'm always interviewing because a lot of people watch. Cause like, but one thing I gotta say, I'm proud of it because the girl I see that she become the girl very strong. And she's a very strong woman. Now I'm talking about from me experience that I know for a fact what I've seen this girl go through, and I seen her stand up on her own 2 feet and be a woman.
Wow.
And so like recently she got exposed from something a long time ago when she was young. You know, we all do. You know, we all do stuff. You know, but especially females. One thing it really hit me because like I hate it because like a female trust. If a female love a guy, the female trust that guy with their life. In their hands. Right. And somehow when it happened when she was younger, an old video of her with sex got exposed to the internet. So when it happened, she woke up. When I woke up, I showed it to her. You know, I was like, "What's this?" She told me, "Oh," and then she instantly just like blanked out. Like I seen it in her heart. So she was thinking that I was gonna be ashamed, not gonna hurt. But like, I'm like, no, you my girl. It's over. One thing, it's 5 years old. You see what I'm saying? Like, so I'm like, why would I be bothered about it? I'd have done all this stuff in 5 past years, and you probably find out. But what I'm saying is like, so. This when she really became strong because like so the internet was bashing. I know it's embarrassed. I can imagine how embarrassing.
The embarrassment.
So I went on the internet and I defeated her. You know, you got people, and then one thing about the internet, I tell people, one thing about the internet, you just got a lot of people on the internet that will just talk. It's just like entertainment. They go say the crazy shit, just make people laugh. Yeah. Because like I told you, to this day of our whole entire journey of success, I haven't ran into nobody that hates us. I haven't ran to nobody that said something crazy about me. I decided Nick, none of that. I haven't ran to nobody. So I be like, people on the internet talking. So they recently just brought it back up and it went viral again, just like the other day.
Oh, wow, really? Two,
because another of our friends, she got exposed too.
Okay.
And so I say one thing about it, you know, you can't do nothing about it. It's on the internet, you can't. You know, so don't let it bother you. And I told her, I said, what you gonna do? I said, continue to live your life because at the end of the day, that's old. And second of all, they go talk. But third of all, what you doing? You living your best life. You rich. You do whatever you want to do. These people want to be in your shoes for one damn thing. You beautiful. Say that. You got to preach. So it's like, what else? What?
Because they don't leak the video.
My point is that
it might be back next year.
It is. I mean, I know it is. It gonna have periods. Because what happened with the bigger we get, the more people that come. And it take one fool, one hater to post it, and everybody sharing it, but what they don't understand is they give enough publicity off of that. You know, you bring more people to our channel, more money, more bigger smile. You know what I'm saying?
I love it.
So yeah, so like when it comes out to the hate, I always tell my supporters, I always be like, man, listen, you can't let that hate bother you. You know?
No.
You can't because at the end, no matter what you're doing, like you will get judged regardless. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like. It's just like you gotta do what make you happy and keep doing it, and you go succeed. Because I come from a small town called Bullitt County.
Bullitt County, y'all.
I'm the only famous person that's from that city. And I'm the youngest.
And you're
the youngest famous person. So it's like I told people, like, if I did it, why you can't do it?
Why you can't do
it? Just put your mind to it.
21 years old.
Yeah, you know, 20. If I say I'm gonna do something, I do it. Like, you do the same thing. Like I tell people, they be like, "Oh, you got a gift." I'm like, we all got a gift. You just, and we all have a dream.
Right.
I tell people, the dream will come to you. You gotta go to the dream.
Right. And you gotta be consistent at what you're doing.
Exactly.
You gotta be consistent at what you're doing.
Right. So right now, you know, we happy where we at. We steady growing, a lot of success. So I'm trying my best to put smiles on everybody's face. I just try to keep I just love positive vibes. You know, I just love to see people happy and you know have fun. Like that's what it's all about. You know, we ain't here for long.
You're right.
You never know when
you never know.
So
but you better be doing what you love doing.
Exactly.
When you leave him.
Exactly.
Don't leave nothing on the table.
Well, I tell everybody that one thing about me, I know for a fact, I don't care what nobody say. Whenever I die, I know I'm gonna die happy. I'm not gonna be miserable for nobody. So I'm gonna be living my best life, and whenever I leave here, they can say one thing about me, that I die happy.
I love it.
Exactly.
I love it. I am so glad that we met on yesterday, just yesterday, you all, and they are here today in West Point. And I thank them at the studios of BTD. We are here, and I thank you guys for stopping in. I gotta check out. Yeah, I gotta. Can I get them rims on? Them tires on them?
I'm so excited to get back home.
You're so excited. They sharp. I'm sure they sharp. I'm sure they sharp. When you rolled up, I'm like, that truck is like so tall. My God, you had a car puller behind it on yesterday, right? Is that yours?
Yeah,
on the trailer.
Okay.
It was purple, right?
It looked purple, but it got the cobalt blue.
Okay, a little blue. Okay. Well, you guys, y'all already following them. Y'all already tuning in to them and all of that kind of stuff. Continue to do so. Pray for their safe travels home. They got an hour to go tonight, but they decided to stop on in to West Point. Have y'all been to West Point before?
This is my first time.
Really?
I don't know.
Okay, been West Sharma. Y'all was at West Sharma. That was your first time. Whoever invited them to West Sharma, we surely appreciate you all for bringing them into this area. Thank y'all so much. Anything else y'all want to add before we let y'all go?
That's everything. I'm getting this road. I'm hungry.
I'm hungry.
I'm hungry.
I heard that. I wish I would have bought some of my cabbage, but then he said, "Go ahead, don't call her no more." Thank you guys for tuning in. Please share out the broadcast, and please go to their YouTube channel. 2.8 million subscribers. Please subscribe to their YouTube channel. It's Corey and Carmen, right?
Carmen and Corey.
Carmen.
It'll pop up.
Oh, it popped up either way. But Carmen said she furred. She quickly said Carmen and Corey. Get it right. So go to Carmen and Corey on YouTube. And please, y'all, let's show them much love from West Point, West Sharman area. Let's make sure, and LaGrange. Let's make sure that we do that. This is April Ross, broadcasting live from the Beehive.